There is new news about China's nuclear torpedoes. With a range of nearly 10,000 kilometers, it can reach directly from Shanghai to San Francisco. In this video, let us learn more about it. One shot is enough to destroy an aircraft carrier battle group, making it an important weapon of the country. Some time ago, the American Drive website published an article stating that Chinese researchers have proposed the concept of a new type of nuclear-powered torpedo. This kind of torpedo has the advantages of low cost and long range. It can travel across the Pacific in groups and attack the mainland United States. U.S. State Department officials warned that China's nuclear-powered torpedoes are not a fantasy, but a new weapons system that is about to become a reality and will subvert people's understanding of nuclear-powered torpedoes. It is reported that Chinese scientific researchers published a paper in the Journal of Underwater Unmanned Systems, saying that their scientific research team has completed the conceptual design of a nuclear-powered torpedo system. And a very low-cost disposable small nuclear reactor power unit has been developed, which can generate about 1.4 megawatts of heat with only 8.8 pounds of low-enriched uranium. It can sail for 400 hours at a cruising speed of 30 knots and has a cruising range of more than 10,000 kilometers. It can fly directly from Shanghai to San Francisco in the United States. It is so powerful that it can trigger a huge tsunami and destroy the world. So how powerful are China's nuclear-powered torpedoes? What role will it play in future wars? All weapons in the world that have something to do with nuclear energy have more advantages than conventional weapons, such as nuclear-powered aircraft carriers and nuclear bombs. Whenever people hear these terms, they can't help but feel creepy. Nuclear weapons are more powerful than conventional weapons in terms of power, speed, and lethality, making nuclear weapons an important part of the development of national defense capabilities in various countries. Nuclear torpedoes equipped with nuclear warheads are a popular development weapon among modern weapons. The Poseidon nuclear torpedo developed by Russia attracted great attention around the world as soon as it was released. And the first Belgorod nuclear submarine capable of carrying this nuclear torpedo has entered service in the Russian Navy. It is said that this nuclear torpedo can sink a 100,000-ton aircraft carrier, and no interceptor device can stop it. It is called the most destructive undersea killer among the existing nuclear torpedoes in the world. When Russia's nuclear torpedoes made great achievements, the South China Morning Post said that China's unmanned undersea systems magazine mentioned the design concept of nuclear-powered long-range strike torpedoes in its content, which caused intense discussions among all parties. It is understood that this nuclear torpedo can carry conventional warheads and nuclear warheads, with a range of nearly 10,000 kilometers. It can be launched from Shanghai to the United States and can reach San Francisco directly. There are not many countries in the world that can develop nuclear torpedoes, mainly the United States and Russia. The United States and Russia were the most active in researching nuclear torpedoes during the Cold War. The 45 Malawian Quachas was the first nuclear torpedo developed by the United States, with a maximum range of about 28 kilometers. It was mainly equipped with the first-generation nuclear submarines of the United States. Another nuclear torpedo, ASREC, is a piece of equipment installed on surface ships by the United States. Its explosive power is stronger than the 45 Malawian Quachas. In order to be on par with the United States in the research of nuclear torpedoes, the Soviet Union followed suit and put the T-5 nuclear torpedo into service. This nuclear torpedo destroyed 3 destroyers, 3 submarines and several minesweepers and small ships within the coverage area in one experiment. However, the Soviet Union believes that this nuclear torpedo is not so perfect, mainly because the killing range is too small, with a combat radius of only 5 kilometers. Later, the Soviet Union developed the Type 65 nuclear torpedo and the T-15 supernuclear torpedo. This nuclear torpedo weighed 40 tons and had a powerful explosion. The Soviet Union originally planned to equip it on submarines to deter the US Navy, but it was too large to accommodate. As the international situation changed and the Soviet Union disintegrated, the subsequent development plan of the T-15 supernuclear torpedo was also suspended. After the end of the Cold War, the United States and Russia also relaxed their pace in the development of nuclear torpedoes. It was not until the appearance of the Poseidon nuclear torpedo that people once again paid attention to nuclear torpedoes, a weapon with powerful strategic nuclear deterrence. When the United States and Russia were exploring nuclear torpedoes, China's research on torpedoes began. It was not until the 1970s that the first domestically produced torpedo U-1 torpedo was produced. After decades of development, China's heavy-duty torpedoes have broken through many technical barriers. The U-10 torpedo equipped with it has anti-ship and anti-submarine capabilities, and can sink surface ships of about 40,000 tons. Since China has always been one step slower than the United States and Russia in the development of torpedoes, nuclear torpedoes have naturally developed even slower. However, an article published by Unmanned Undersea Systems made the outside world believe that China's nuclear torpedoes seem to have been developed. Compared with the Russian Poseidon nuclear torpedo, the nuclear torpedo mentioned here is not that strong in terms of killing range. The Poseidon nuclear torpedo can lurk 1,000 meters underwater, and its concealment performance far exceeds that of ordinary torpedoes. When it explodes, it will cause violent waves that stretch for 1,000 kilometers and are as high as 500 meters, which can directly overturn nearby aircraft carrier fleets. Nuclear deterrence can only be described by the word terror. But this Chinese nuclear torpedo is much smaller than the Poseidon nuclear torpedo, has lower cost, is more flexible, and can be mass-produced quickly. Because the Poseidon nuclear torpedo is so lethal that it will cause a major disaster if launched, Russia also regards it as a strategic nuclear weapon. China does not have much demand for such heavy weapons, so it designed a nuclear torpedo with a wider range of applications and lower cost. It's just that the nuclear power device used by this nuclear torpedo is disposable. It can generate 1.4 megawatts of energy each time, which is enough to drive the torpedo to sail at a speed of 30 knots for 7 or 8 days. The final amount of low-enriched uranium fuel used was less than 8 pounds. Moreover, the safety of this torpedo is very reliable and will not produce too much radioactivity and nuclear pollution. More importantly, this torpedo equipped with a micronuclear reactor has a range of nearly 10,000 kilometers. Launched from Shanghai, it can cover San Francisco in the United States. The long range adds stronger dominance to it. In this regard, the United States believes that the Chinese submarine force can launch nuclear torpedoes at any time, and no blocking system can intercept them. It will become the most advantageous combat weapon for the Chinese submarine force in the future. Especially in carrying out long-distance reconnaissance missions, China's nuclear torpedo can play a powerful role. However, this nuclear torpedo has not yet been launched. It is just a concept proposed by relevant experts on China's future development of nuclear-powered underwater unmanned submarines. If this kind of weapon is born in the future, China's sea-based combat power will be raised to a new height, and we will have more confidence in offshore defense and ocean escort. Compared with Russia's Poseidon nuclear torpedo, China's nuclear torpedo uses relatively simple materials and can save a lot of costs. Once finalized, it can be quickly equipped with Chinese naval combat units and instantly form combat effectiveness. A nuclear torpedo like Poseidon's explosion is too powerful and the cost is very high. Judging from China's current needs, it may not be an urgent need for the time being. In addition, the Chinese military is already equipped with long-range and powerful anti-ship and anti-submarine missiles, so there is no need to develop nuclear torpedoes like Poseidon. The military development profiles of China and Russia are different. Russia needs to use a strong strategic nuclear deterrent to balance the United States, because it has a large gap with the United States in terms of conventional weapons due to economic difficulties. The development of heavy-duty nuclear torpedoes is a major weapon against the United States. However, China's conventional weapons and equipment are strong enough to deal with provocations from all sides, and it is supported by various types of missiles such as Dongfeng missiles. There is no need to develop heavy nuclear torpedoes. In addition, China's technology for applying nuclear power to military weapons is not mature enough. It is not yet known whether the design ideas of this disposable nuclear power device will be reflected in torpedoes in the future. The United States started hyping up China's plans to develop nuclear torpedoes with just one article, and the implications are clear. But no matter what the outside world says, China's determination to develop military power to defend the country has always been firm. Only with stronger weapons and equipment can it protect its homes and people. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. See you next time.